Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on all the latest news, and tonight we have a breaking news, more to share about some transfer secrets, and so let's jump into it together. And here we are guys, big news, big bomb coming from the Premier League, and it's about Nottingham Forest. Yes, because there is an important update after big tension over the recent week, after big tension over the recent months, after big tension because of the transfer strategy, the ideas behind the signings and all these kind of things. It's over between Nottingham Forest and their coach Nuno Espírito Santo. So, game over for Nuno at Nottingham Forest. The parties, the coach and Forest, have decided to part ways, and so it's over for Nuno after doing an excellent job last season. The decision on both sides is to part ways, and so Nuno is no longer the manager of Nottingham Forest in a really important season for Forest, because they will play European football. They will be part, obviously, of this Premier League season with ambitions. So it's going to be a really important moment for Nottingham Forest, but their leader won't be Nuno Espírito Santo. So the decision has been made. The clear plan is now in action after very tense situation over the last few weeks. This is why we had some reports. For sure, Nottingham Forest fans remember that press conference from Nuno. Nuno went in press conference a few weeks ago. I think it was the first game of the season, and well, let's say that he sent quite clear messages on the relationship not being the same as before with the club owner Marinakis, and now the relationship completely broken and Nuno no longer the head coach of Nottingham Forest. Forest who are looking for a new manager. Forest who are looking for opportunities. Several managers are being discussed internally. Let's see what they decide to do. I want to answer to some questions we are getting on coaches, on opportunities. Postecoglou. Postecoglou is a name that for sure has been discussed internally. At Nottingham Forest, he was also discussed by Leverkusen. They decided to go for Hjulmand, the 53-year-old Danish coach who just joined Leverkusen to replace Erik ten Hag. Then Postecoglou is one of the candidates, for sure, one of the names they have on the short list. Many questions also on other coaches. There is a name that is being proposed to Nottingham Forest, and this is Domenico Tedesco, who has been offered as an option to Forest. And then many questions on Jose Mourinho. Guys, what I can tell you on Jose Mourinho is that Jose is very open to returning to work as soon as possible after saying goodbye to Fenerbahce, but has to be the right project for him. Mourinho is not desperate to get a new job. Mourinho is very relaxed on his position in the sense that he wants to return as soon as possible. He's really hungry, he's really ready. But Jose Mourinho is not going everywhere just because he wants to be back as soon as possible. So it has to be the right project, the right vision. I'm getting many questions on Nottingham Forest tonight, but I will only report on that if I have something concrete on this story. At this stage, it's very early. And again, Jose Mourinho is not kind of person who signs in 5 minutes. He wants to make sure that the project is right, that this is the right step for his career. There are several things to clarify before saying, okay, Jose Mourinho is going to that club. For sure, he's open to returning as soon as possible. For sure, Jose doesn't want to be sitting on the sofa at home for a long time. So for sure, the decision is quite clear. He wants to return as soon as possible, but has to be the right opportunity. Let's see what's going to happen with Nottingham Forest. So for sure, an interesting managerial story coming out of Premier League of Nottingham Forest tonight. Then guys, I wanted to say something also to Real Madrid fans, getting many questions on David Alaba. Reports today from Diario AS reporting about David Alaba set to leave Real Madrid in 2026. And also on Tony Rüdiger. Guys, on Tony Rüdiger, I can tell you that nothing has been decided at this stage. So the Tony Rüdiger situation at the moment is not one I want to comment because there is nothing to say. On David Alaba, I can tell you that this summer we had several reports on David Alaba leaving, but that was never the plan. Also because Xabi Alonso see David Alaba as an option at centre-back, as an option in midfield when needed. So Xabi Alonso trusts David Alaba. No final decision has been made on the future of the player, so we can't guarantee 100% that David Alaba is leaving Real Madrid in 2026, but the reality today is that there are zero negotiations ongoing between Real Madrid and David Alaba over new contract. So the possibility of Real Madrid and David Alaba going to part ways in 2026, in summer 2026, is something for sure concrete. I think a lot will depend from this season. If David Alaba will perform in top level this season, maybe Real Madrid can decide to discuss a new contract with him. But as of today, also because of all the injuries, all the problems he had at the moment, zero conversations, zero talks over new deal, and a serious, concrete chance to see David Alaba leaving Real Madrid in the summer transfer window. Then, guys, I wanted to reveal to you something. And it's about Arda Güler, because Arda Güler is very happy with Xabi Alonso. It's new life for him under Xabi Alonso. Xavi started to trust Arda Güler in a very strong way. You can see he's starting all the games in La Liga. He can feel the confidence. He's an important player for Real Madrid and for the new coach, Xabi Alonso. And this is a completely big change of scenario compared to what happened in the recent past with Carlo Ancelotti. Of course, Ancelotti had his own reasons, his own ideas. Ancelotti always did his best for Real Madrid. I think the history speaks for Carlo Ancelotti. It doesn't need me or anyone else to defend him. But at the same time, for Arda Güler now is completely different life. For Arda Güler is the moment where he can show his level for Real Madrid. On Arda Güler, I can reveal to you something. Arda Güler always wanted to stay at Real Madrid and decided to stay at Real Madrid also because he knew that Xabi Alonso was coming and Xabi was gonna trust him. Also because Xabi Alonso already wanted Arda Güler on loan at Bayer Leverkusen in the past. So Xabi Alonso has always been a big fan of Arda. And Arda knew that Xabi was going to arrive at some point and that Xabi was going to be the coach to trust him. So this is also why Arda never changed his mind and always wanted to stay at Real Madrid. He loves Real Madrid. He's convinced that he can be an important player for Real Madrid's future. There was a club around, let's say, October, November 2024, from what I'm told, that was prepared to attack in case Carlo Ancelotti stayed at Real Madrid for this season. And in case Real Madrid could open doors to the exit of Arda Güler, something that they never did, let's be clear, and also Arda never did. But there was a club planning for an attack to try to get Arda Güler before Xabi Alonso arrived and closed every single door for this possibility, as the player also did in the recent years, because he always wanted to play for Real Madrid. That club was Arsenal. Arsenal considered the possibility around October, November again, before Andrea Berta got appointed as the new director. But Arsenal last year considered the possibility to go for Arda Güler, in case Ancelotti was going to end up staying at Real Madrid, and in case maybe they opened the doors to the exit of Arda Güler in a similar situation of Martin Odegaard, maybe, compared to the past, who ended up at Arsenal. So they considered that possibility. Then new director at Arsenal, Andrea Berta, new coach at Real Madrid, Xabi Alonso, new life for Arda Güler at Real Madrid, starting all games. And so, no chance. It didn't become a negotiation. But I can guarantee to you that in the internal conversation around the end of October, November 2024, Arda Güler was a topic for Arsenal, sometimes behind the scenes of the transfer market. And so, guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories. Who is the right man for Nottingham Forest? And then Arda Güler, Alaba, Rüdiger, and all the rest. Guys, let me know your opinion. Here in comments, like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon. Ciao.